Good morning, teacher. My name is Joseph Martin Deudor Carvajal. I talk about workshop 1. We did this yesterday in laboratory. The first step 1 is open the software, and open the software is Alarm Cards, and open the file MDI demo vehicle. In this file, we can find this file in Alarm Cards. So we need to open this and continue. The step 2, we need to simulate a select. We can choose a different type of analysis. I choose constant radius coordinate. For this analysis, we need to do this. Add the specification or values for the simulation. In this case, we specify the turn radius. In this case, is 30 meters. The direction is left. Control velocity, duration of maneuver 10, and the initial velocity is 50 and the final velocity is 70. The unit of velocity is kilometer per hour. Quasi-static skid pad setup, and when you put apply, that message windows appear. This message windows tells you if you make a mistake or the program found a mistake on your simulation, and tells you needs to review your simulation. In this case, the simulation it's okay, so we continue to do the simulation. In the guide, the guide tells you need to make a diagram with a proposed simulation model. In this case, we have the simulation model, so we need to add the forces. In this case, one force is velocity, the second is weight, another is centripetal force and friction force, and the centrifugal force. This is my free body diagram. Continue. Step 5, plotting the results. This is the results of my simulation with a constant radius coordinate. We plotting the displacement of our system. As we can see, the displacement varies in the axis X and axis Y, because the vehicle moves around the whole road. In the road that vehicles move in a circular road. Do what the curves have that way. The curves will vary when the speed starts to vary, because the initial speed is 50 and the final speed is 70. For this reason, the curves varies his form or their forms. In the second case, we plotting the steering displacement in the whole simulation. Each part of steering have a different curve. The curve has to keep its linear shape, but when the speed increases between 50 to 70 kilometers per hour, this causes the centrifugal force to be greater than the centripetal force, so the vehicle stops following the path and goes out. For this reason, the curve has this form. This this big variation. The part of questions: how vehicle dynamics have you solved complex engineering problems related to automotive engineering? This program or this software allows us to do dynamic studies in the vehicle. For example, with the velocity, the brakes, the suspension, and everything that has to do with the current operation of the vehicle. All of this permits to be able to have a good vehicle and don't have problems in the future. For example, accidents or injuries, humans or people. From vehicular study, what does MBS, MBD, CAE stand for? Does any relation exist? In this case, MBS means multibody simulation, MBD means multibody dynamics. Both of us, Adams, helps engineers to study the dynamic of moving parts and how loads and force are distributed through mechanical systems. CAE, Computer Aided Engineering. This means is the broad use of computer software to aid in engineering analysis tasks. It includes finite elements analysis, computational fluid dynamics, multibody dynamics, durability, and optimization. What will happen if you don't choose a right assembly? Well, if you don't choose a right assembly in a vehicle or mechanism, you would be making a mistake because that assembly involves several systems with which it relates. That error or that mistake will probably generate accidents when a person uses it, and that generates losses of money for the company or industry. So we avoid these problems with the software Adams card. Made a comparison about a force acting on a meaning of heavy truck, machinery truck, and a vehicle for passengers. In a mining truck, we need more torque because the mining truck carry a lot of heavy material, maybe need more torque, and don't need much velocity. So we need more torque, less velocity. In a car, the car don't carry a lot of material. The car only carry people, so 5 people is not much weight. So the car needs more velocity and less torque. The mini truck carrying more weight, and the dimension of his wheels have more friction force in comparison with the car. The car needs less weight and less friction force. In both of cases, we have the body free diagram, the cost of mini truck and the cost of the car. This is all for this video. Thanks.